Nasa proseso tayo ng climate change.
It's either you have so much rainfall or you have so little rainfall. Wala na tayo sa gitna.
Maraming maiiba sa pamumuhay natin.
In climate science, diba, we have a lot of climate change resources, pero they are like global content.
The impressions on climate change is that it's far away from us.
Hindi ko maintindihan kung ano yung climate change until it happened to me.
We are really emotional people, and the way to get into that level is through stories.
When I was invited to be part of Mga Kwento ng Klima, when I read the concept, this is what's missing in the climate change discourse. Binigyan nyo ng mukha yung climate change.
It's really a matter of survival for all of us. Nararamdaman na natin ngayon ang epekto ng dahan-dahang nagbabagong klima.
The impressions on climate change is that it's far away from us. It's something that does not affect us except for the few storms, the super typhoons in a year. And then, you pick yourself back up, build makeshift houses, and then okay na ulit. Lalo yung Filipino, sira-sira pa yung bahay mo, kumakaway na sila at nakasmile sa camera, di ba? So yun yung medyo mahirap doon.
And lagi tayong nagiging example ng impacts of extreme weather events. It's about time we transform that narrative na kawawa tayo palagi, biktima tayo palagi. Kailangan natin ipakita na yes, biktima kami ng mga bagyo, baha, but we are doing something about it. We are leading the fight. Hindi kami naghihintay ng mga taong magsasalba sa amin. Because we're going to do it ourselves. And we just need you to stand with us.
Yung climate change kasi is really just medyo parang simplified, para siyang concept lang talaga sa maraming tao, 'di ba? Tuwing nagkakaroon ng catastrophe, nagkakaroon ng bagyo, pagbaha, it's loosely connected to it's because of climate change. You chalk it up to climate change, but it's not really something that people would connect to their daily lives. But in truth, it's really something that affects the food they put on the table, the air that they breathe. Ang tatatak, maiha sa puso, maiha sa buhay. The storytelling needs to be improved on para mas lalong maintindihan at tumatak sa mga tao for it to make a difference.
It's a story of how Filipinos are experiencing the impacts of climate change and what can we do about it. So I think the things that I liked about it are it's scientific, so you have experts also explaining the phenomenon, I think, which is super important. And then you pair it with like anecdotes from people who experience it, what it's like for them, and really seeing it in their eyes, like what it means to experience impacts of climate change.
Storytelling makes it more relatable to the masses. Before, it was very technical, very focused on numbers, but now spaces for raw, vulnerable, and personal stories are available and being made accessible. So consequently, more and more people are also encouraged to share their own stories. Personally, I think this is one of the reasons why more youth are rising to the challenge of being part of the climate movement. Kasi nga, mas naiintindihan nila yung issue, mas nakaka-relate sila because of they too experience climate impacts. And when they listen to first-hand stories, mas naiintindihan nila na itong nangyayari pala sa akin, climate change na pala. Kaya may ganito dahil sa climate change.
It's perfect because this time we get to actually engage with a material that's about the Philippines, a story that's told by Filipinos, how they experience climate change, seeing it in that kind of production, mas nagkaroon ng appreciation dun sa parang sa scale ng problem and how this is actually affecting real people, real Filipinos.
Binigyan nyo ng mukha yung climate change. And we need more stories like that. We need more spaces like that where people can freely talk about their survival, their trauma, so that they will be empowered to transform their own stories and be leaders of their community.
The better way to tell this kind of story. Parang it does not end with a tragedy. Progress need not be hampered by our concern for the environment or addressing climate change. It can go hand in hand. Ang gusto ko sana sa mga ginagawa nating mga storya, tumatak siya sa mga tao, lalo na dun sa mga kinauukulan, para yung climate change should be on top of every agenda that they will do. Kasi, ay, Diyos ko, ang dami nating mga build, and build some more. Parang okay lang siya diba? Na, okay yung ganun progress Human, really after development and progress. But it should be something that's sustainable. Kasi marami nga sa mga experts na na-interview natin sa mga kwento ng klima na sige, gawa kayo ng gawa dyan. Pero pag hindi nyo nilagay ang climate change sa puso ng lahat ng mga activities ninyo, in just a few decades, yung progress na nangyari na yan ay mawu-wipe out lahat. Diba? So it will be nothing if we do not address climate change.
I guess my biggest hope is for Filipinos, especially for people here in my community and other climate-impacted communities, to realize that the climate crisis is a human rights issue. What gives me hope is that every day I see that the climate movement is growing. I think we need to create more spaces for people to know about their rights, to learn about the problem, for them to own the problem and to actually do something about it. We need to create spaces for people to be able to share their own stories. And sana hindi lang hanggang doon. Sana hindi lang hanggang doon sa pagkwento. Sana yung mga kwento nila ma-translate natin into actual policies that the government should implement.